Retard alert. Retard alert, class. Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class. Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class. Uh-oh, retard.
Team in LA, would you think Draymond, based on your experience, is the better bunch?
I have a hard time picking against the Clippers.
Who do you think's going to win the West this year?
The Clippers?
Clippers over the Lakers.
Yeah.
Clippers or Lakers?
Clippers.
Why?
Clippers. I think their pieces fit together a little bit better.
Clippers, on the other hand, have a team that completely bought in last year with no superstars. You add two of the most selfless superstars in the game that go both ways. Obviously, Paul George's shoulder is going to be a big concern, but I think it's the Clippers' championship to lose this year.
The Clippers not only have the best defensive versatility in the league, yes, the Lakers have a height advantage, but the three-point shooting of the Clippers with Lou Will and Trez on the floor, the Clippers are the best team in basketball.
The Clippers, because of their depth, because of their versatility, especially between guys that are 6'2 to 6'9", they got the most of them in the NBA that can really play. So I'm going with the Clippers.
The Clippers are loaded, and this is going to be like an advanced, organized version of rec ball. They're disruptive defensively. They're the best team in the league at defending isolation plays. That's why the Clippers are my choice to make it to the NBA Finals out of the West.
I believe in my friend Doc Rivers. I believe he will figure out who that person is, even if they have to make a move. And so I'm gonna say the Clippers. That team defensively is gonna be great.
Great. I mean,
Great.
All time.
historic.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going with the Clippers. And what you said about the Clippers, who's going to organize them on the road, I have reservations about LeBron being a closer in his 17th year at 35. That's why I can't go with the Lakers.
When you look at the Clippers, top to bottom, coaching, starter, perimeter, superstars, their depth, I mean, this is where the Lakers fall off. If you remember on Christmas, they had a lead of 12, 13 points, and we thought the Lakers would run away. But then here come the Clippers, the bench. They just wear you down over the course of 48 minutes. And I just see in no scenario the Lakers beating them in the series.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy LAJ, looking ridiculous as hell. And I'm not ashamed of it, because if those guys say all those opinions and have those opinions about the Clippers, why can't I look this ridiculous and try to earn some money? I got my Little Mermaid sunglasses for them haters, for them idiots. I'm trying to be just as dumb as them. So if you guys could, I don't know, if I could wear a wig, or how else could I look just as ridiculous so I could get paid to say some dumb things like that. You guys let me know in the comments. Let me know in my social media. Let me know how I could look even more dumber so I can make that money to say stupid things just like them. I'll do it, man. You guys want me to wear a wig? I'll wear a wig on Friday, guys. I'll just look even just as dumb. But welcome back to another show, another episode. Beautiful day in LA. Things are starting to clear up. Things are starting to get better. Unfortunately, it's not a perfect day in LA because the Lakers lost. I know. I said, Jay, you said Lakers in 6, maybe in 5. You're confident, all that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I hear you guys. I know what I said. I know I said, and confidently I said Lakers in 6. However, I would have preferred if they had just showed me up and said, nah, Jay, we're not winning in 6. We're winning in 4. We're winning in 5. I would have been, all right, cool, my bad. Sorry for the disrespect of believing that you guys weren't worth winning in a sweep or something like that. But what the good news is, the Dodgers won their 8th consecutive Western Division title. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the NBA playoff situation. We're going to talk about the MLB postseason coming up next week. So all that is tuning up. With that, how about we get started with Game 3 of the Lakers versus the Nuggets, shall we? So let's start off with the first half. First off, the Lakers lost this game because of the first, second, and third quarter. They were outperformed, out-hustled, and the Nuggets had more energy right out of the gate. So there was no way this Lakers team was going to win, right? I don't know. Here's the thing. Denver outscored the Lakers in the first half by 29-27. Second quarter, 34-26. In the second quarter, they went off. Nuggets went off in the second quarter. In the third quarter, they still remained steady, scoring 30. In the fourth quarter, it was all Lakers. However, it was a little bit too late, and there was a lot of dumb moves. See KCP right here, hustle play. But there was a lot of bad decisions made by both the Lakers, LeBron, and coaching staff. Plain and simple, everybody messed up equally all around. Man, the Nuggets were just on one. They did not want to go down 3-0. It's a different beast being down 3-0 as compared to 3-1. It's still doable. See, in the fourth quarter, you see the Lakers putting in work, hustling back, getting back to transition, pass back to Anthony Davis, slam dunk, gets it done. But again, Jamal Murray doing his thing. Hands everywhere. Look at the score. The Lakers were down 20 points at one point. Look at the score. Look at the ambition and the desire to win. Bring it down to 6. Caruso finds LeBron. Good pass. Cut. Brings it down to 3. Ray Grant had a good game, man. That boy Grant had a very good game. Look at right here. Just look at right here. Yeah. So here's the thing. The Lakers lost the game because of first, second, and third quarter. They were outperformed in those quarters. However, they still remained in the game despite being down at 1 point by 20. They were down by 20 points at 1 point, and they still managed to fight back. I thought honestly they were gonna lose by 15 to 20 because that's how it was looking throughout the entire game. That's exactly how it was looking. Let me lower this. So. Honestly, the way the Lakers performed in those 3 quarters was garbage and unacceptable. But that fourth quarter was pretty good. And I like what I saw. Here's the thing, though. Let's talk about that fourth quarter. So, the Lakers fight back. Jokic, everybody's taking bad shots. They couldn't score. The Lakers started depending on that three-pointer. LeBron, KCP. Even LeBron knew it was a bad shot. Had to chase it down. Rajon Rondo right here could have been an and one, but ends up getting a foul, misses one. Jamal Murray couldn't buy a bucket. The Lakers went dry for 5 minutes. 5 minutes they went dry. In those 5 minutes, they score at least 2 to 3 times. They bring that point down into the Lakers, and they start winning that game. The Lakers playing defense. The Lakers were good. And then Kuzma right here, the little shimmy shake, does back. I don't know what he did there, but he got scared. Jamal Murray hits this big 3. That's where the game started getting out of hand. LeBron, again, holds the ball. Momentum stops. Everything stops from him. Every time he holds the ball, everything stops. It's only in transition that he is very effective. Fast break, that's when he's very effective. Kuzma finds Rondo. Rondo gets caught up, slipping, foul. Loses the ball possession. Gives it to Murray. Murray's feeling it. And, yeah, of course, he does it, and he goes for it. So, again, the fourth quarter was great for the Lakers. Unfortunately, it was late. It was very late for them to actually mount up a comeback. So they lost this game in the fourth quarter, despite them having the best fourth quarter in this playoff series. So honestly, here's what I don't like about the Lakers. Despite LeBron having a triple-double, 30, 10, and 11 with 2 steals and 2 blocks, Anthony Davis had 27 points, but only had 2 rebounds. He was 0 for 4 from 3. No 3-pointers for him. JaVale McGee only played 8 minutes, had 4 points and 1 rebound. Everyone else was piss poor. Let's be honest. Everyone else was piss poor. Rondo and Markieff had a bad is a good thing to say about them. It was a terrible game. 9 points and 8 assists for Rondo, 4 personal fouls and 4 turnovers. Dwight in game 2 had only 3 points, but was productive everywhere else. He was putting in work everywhere else, defensively, offensively, getting to the right pace, like just everything. Dwight Howard was doing everything right in game 2. Unfortunately, in game 3, he had 4 points, but he had 4 personal fouls and a tech. He was getting to Jokic's head in games 1 and 2. In game 3, he was doing the same thing, but he got a little bit too cocky. He got a little too arrogant there and cost him, the ability to play a little bit more. It sucks. The momentum was on the Lakers side when they came back from that 20-point deficit. I'm going to give them credit for that. 5 minutes remaining, though, and you guys couldn't score a bucket. for 5 minutes. The Nuggets themselves were struggling trying to score. And you guys had the ability to mount up the comeback and take the lead, and they didn't. The Lakers just straight up didn't. They had 5 minutes. They started attempting those bad shots, whether they were heavily contested or just rushed. It just seemed like they were just scared. Like they were panic mode. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. So the Lakers lost because of the fourth quarter. They got back in the game with the fourth quarter, but they also panicked, and they lost the game in the fourth quarter. They were 6 for 26 from 3. Denver had 11 second chance points. The Lakers were out rebounded 25-4. Jokic can't jump, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Nikola Jokic, his vertical is probably 2 inches or 3 inches. That's his vertical. The reason he gets players out of position and psychs them out when he pump fakes is because that's how he shoots. He doesn't jump. He just flat-footed. Maybe he goes on his tippy toes to get a little bit more strength, but he doesn't jump. And the Lakers were out rebounded 25-44. Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, and Dwight Howard combined for 4 total rebounds. 4 total rebounds. That's pretty pathetic, guys. That's real pathetic. Despite LeBron having a triple-double, playing 39 minutes, despite Anthony Davis playing almost every single minute of that game 3, the Lakers looked terrible. And I remember I said on Monday, the Lakers have an extra gear where LeBron can play extra minutes and he doesn't have to score 30-plus points in order for them to be successful. However, if you saw in this game 3, LeBron did score 30 points, did have a triple-double. Anthony Davis didn't score 30 points, but everybody else was detrimental. They were struggling against the Nuggets, and they were struggling in scoring. So they weren't helping LeBron. They weren't helping the Lakers' cause, especially Markieff, Rondo, KCP, and Danny Green. They weren't helping out in any sense. So it was a terrible game for the Lakers, but even with that, they still remained in the hunt to win that game. So it's a little bit of both. The Denver Nuggets outplayed the Lakers quarters 1 through 3. The Lakers remained in the game quarters 1, 2, 3. And they came back in the fourth quarter, but they lost it. The Nuggets made a couple of good offensive plays, especially Jamal Murray. But the Lakers handed them that win. This loss is on the Lakers more than it is on Denver winning it, if it makes sense for you guys. They had all the opportunities in the world to score those points with 5 minutes remaining in the fourth, being down 3 points from a 20-point deficit, and they ended up losing by 10. So the Lakers had their opportunities to win despite them having a terrible, outside of LeBron and AD, despite them having a terrible game, they still had an opportunity to win. So what do I expect from Game 4? Obviously, what they did in the fourth, now they need to go into transition for Game 4. Everything they did right in the fourth quarter, it needs to go into the Game 4. Everything they did right in Game 1 and 2, which was start off hot with the energy, with the strength, with the mentality to get into their heads, that's how they have to come back in Game 4. Now they have to do everything they did in Game 1, 2, and in the fourth quarter of Game 3, and do it in Game 4 and in Game 5. That gets them into the actual finals. The Denver Nuggets are going to do their thing. You're letting Jamal Murray, they're going to drop 25, 30 points. You're going to Nikola Jokic, he's going to start doing his thing. And if you let them get out of hand, this series is going to get out of hand for the Lakers. If they start really going and focusing and win and like really wanting to win it, the Denver Nuggets can win it. Game 4 is now an important decisive game. If they lose Game 4, the Lakers look tired, bro. The Lakers look tired. And it doesn't help that Dwight Howard got a tech, so it kind of hinders the ability to have him out there in the second half. Have him play like he did in Game 1 and 2. It kind of takes away from that, doesn't it? JaVale McGee isn't playing a lot. Could be because of his injury. Could be because he's not effective against Jokic. He's getting into foul trouble. I don't know. But it doesn't help that you're taking the other two big men that are supposed to help out Anthony Davis in the workload and the minutes and forcing him out there to be playing 35, 40 minutes per game. It's not helping out. You're just burning him out. Jamal Murray, he's young and he's athletic. He'd do his thing. Michael Porter Jr., same thing. Paul Millsap and Jokic, they might be a little bit of the veteran side, but they can still hang and bang. They can still hang and bang. They're deep. Rondo didn't have a good game, but you saw what he's been able to do since he was activated. Well, actually, not since he was activated, because that first game that he came back, he wasn't so good and it was pretty trash. But after game 1 against the Rockets, when he came back, he's been super athletic and super effective. So I do expect a lot more from the Lakers in game 4. However, if they lose game 4, now it's going to be time to panic. I know I said Lakers in 6, but they got to win game 4. Being up 3-1 is cool, but I understand what the Nuggets did against the Jazz and the Clippers when they were up 3-1 against the Nuggets. But this Lakers team is completely different. They're built different. It doesn't help that Dwight is talking that trash. It doesn't help. It might motivate them, which is a little bit dangerous. But, yo, I am looking forward to game 4 in the sense that I'm nervous and I just want to get it out of the way. I want to get it out of the way. Which is a little bit dangerous. And make sure everything's good here. Noel, too many turnovers, taking stupid shots late in that game. Yep. Noel, you're right. They're taking too many dumb shots. The ball stopping with LeBron. They're great running that fast break. They're great at steals. They're great at everything, transition and all that. But once that ball gets into LeBron's hands, it stops or it slows down. They got to do better. Game 4. I'm not going to panic yet, but I hope you guys can sense the frustration in me. I was hoping the Lakers would be up 3-0, because then if they lose game 4, cool, 3-1, whatever. Game 5 is going to be different, because then, obviously the Lakers can close out games. See, that's the thing, too. Something that the Utah Jazz and the Clippers didn't have is the ability to close out. The Lakers showed it last night. They're able to play in the 4th. They're able to close out. They're able to do what it needs to be done to get that win. They came back. They mounted back from a 20-point deficit. I'm giving them credit for that. 20 points with 7 minutes left. That's huge. Huge. A lot of people were dismissing the Denver Nuggets. But the Lakers' ability to come back is there and close out. That's why I'm not too scared and panicked yet. How about we get into some Dodger talk, shall we? So, obviously, you guys saw yesterday, after the Lakers lost, probably everybody in LA switched over to the Dodger game. And we ended up seeing a great matchup. I think it was one of the best matchups for the Dodgers this year. Great performance all around, to be honest with you guys. I'm going to go live real quick. So let's talk about the Dodgers, right? Dustin May had an impressive game. The only hiccup was those 2 runs that he gave up. That was pretty much the only hiccup that he had yesterday. But other than that, great performance, great outing for him. I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do in the postseason. I hope he outperforms and outdoes what he did in the regular season. Versus the A's, he went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits on 2 earned runs, and he struck out 5. Great game for Dustin May. Not his best, but a great game. The offense, though. The offense never let up. Great game from Corey Seager. Max Muncy kind of woke up. Man, Cody Bellinger. You guys don't want him to wake up. 11 total hits for the Dodgers. 11 total hits. Mookie Betts is batting .301. Corey Seager is batting .321. Will Smith is batting .284. Chris Taylor .281. A.J. Pollock .274. This is a good team. A.J. Pollock. Man, bro. 4 home runs in the game. Corey Seager going at it. This game was just electric. I wish we were able to be in the stands, man. I just wish we could have been there. You realize how crazy Dodger Stadium would have been? Pedro Baez, man. That heat coming back from the DL. Shout out to Pedro Baez. So here's the thing. The Dodgers win their 8th consecutive Western Division title. You guys remember on Monday last week when the Padres won the World Series against the Dodgers? I was a little, how could I say, aware. I was aware of what the Padres were able to do. I know what they're about. I kept calling them out and saying how good they were. And seeing how the Dodgers really struggled in that Monday game and they were pimped out after Grisham's home run and then they bounced back, I kind of got distressed. It's crazy to think that the Padres were close and ended up going even further. And they lost to the Angels to top it off. How trash was that? But man of the game, Dustin May, the bullpen. Dylan Flora got into a little bit of trouble. Actually, no one got into a little bit of trouble. That was it. Everything was fine. Everything was great for the Dodgers. What am I talking about? So how about we listen to the call by Joe Davis?
Another 1-2 pitch. And that's it. The Dodgers are division champs for the 8th consecutive year. Even in a year where not much in the world seems normal. A dose of the familiar. Division champs again, the best in the West, unchanged.
So, again, the Dodgers, 8th consecutive Western Division title. I was there for the first one. But this one, it's weird that we weren't able to be there. But here's the thing. In 2020, there was a lot of people didn't think it was going to go. Like, we weren't going to be here. I was kind of one of them. I was praying and hoping we get to at least to the Houston series, the first one in Houston against the Astros. And then that happened. And then you started seeing more teams come down with the COVID-19. Cardinals, partying. Marlins, partying. Yankees, postponements. A lot of games were postponed. And it started feeling more and more like, yeah, this season's not going to finish out. Yet here we are. Season's about to end this week. 5 more games for the Dodgers, 2 against the A's and 3 more against the Angels. And we close out. The Dodgers traded away Kenta Maeda, and he's succeeding in Minnesota, man. How great would he have been right now for the Dodgers? Man. Ryu, he's pretty good. He ended up leaving as well. Walker Buehler, drastically underperforming, hitting the DL with his blister and injuries. Yeah, he's on that struggle bus. JT, Justin Turner's been in and out of the DL. Max Muncy and Cody Bellinger have been way off course, man. Struggle. If there was a definition and a picture next to the definition of struggle, Cody Bellinger, Max Muncy would be on that page. Just terrible. Yet, despite everything, the Dodgers won 22 of 30 road games. Despite everything. Injuries, trades, slumps, struggles. The Dodgers still have the best record in baseball. Still have the best record. And they still win. They're still winning. They still won the division. However, and I'm going to keep repeating this, there is no certainty that anybody is going to directly be affected and win the World Series this year. No one has a blueprint on how to beat other teams outside of their own division. The Dodgers, if they were to face off the Reds, I mean, Trevor Bauer, yeah, you could beat him, but at the same time, there's not much you go off of. You can't say a certain player has been hitting this great against them. They performed this well with this lineup, this rotation, this setup, this. Everything was right because this worked. You can't. And Trevor Bauer from 2 years ago or 3 years ago when they played him in Cleveland is a completely different player. Different team. A completely different team. So this postseason is a legit shot in the dark. The Dodgers might be heavily favored, but there's no certainty they're going to win it all. I am confident in their ability, but I am holding judgment. Here's the thing. Let's talk about the 26. There's going to be 26 postseason roster spots this year. Obviously, you're going to have Kershaw, Buehler, Dustin May, and Tony Gonsolin. Those are Those are your starters, right? Actually, tomorrow we're going to find out if Walker Buehler is going to be good because he's still in and out of the DL because of the blister. So we're going to find out tomorrow if he's going to be able to pitch. And are you guys confident in the Dodgers winning it all without Walker Buehler? I'm kind of not. And what do you do with Julio Urias? Because right now Dave Roberts is uncertain of his role in the postseason. And if he's going to make it, like that's weird. As it stands right now, even with Walker Buehler, you don't have another lefty other than Kershaw. I am not putting Alex Wood in that rotation. I am not putting Alex Wood in the postseason roster. Hell nah. Hell nah. So tomorrow Walker Buehler is going to test out his finger. But are the Dodgers going to go 13 position players and 13 pitchers? Is that the plan? Let's look at the roster, shall we? Let's see how this might look. So who are the for sure players that are gonna be on the roster? Obviously, you're gonna have Will Smith. Actually, let's look at it. Let me set it up. We're gonna have Corey Seager, Mookie Betts, Justin Turner, Will Smith. 1, 2, 3. Chris Taylor, AJ Pollock. That's 6. Austin Bard, 7. Cody Bellinger, 8. Kike, 9. Edwin Rios. You got to have Edwin Rios in there. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Max Muncy, 11. Matt Beatty, 12. And Jock Peterson, 13. These are your 13 position players. I'm not adding Gavin Lux. He hasn't been focused at the plate. He hasn't been focused on defense. He looks lost. Plain and simple. He has 1 or 2 good games this year, and he's just disappeared. I know you're supposed to have patience in them and all that, but right now we're not in a position to be patient. This year is not about patience. It's a sprint. It's a 60 game plus whatever the postseason is going to be, whether it's 12, whether it's 19, 20, whatever the postseason is, that's a sprint. It's not 162 where we can wait on Gavin Lux. No. Gavin Lux is not included. So that's 13 position players. Gavin Lux is the only one that's left out. As for pitching, you got to have Joe Kelly, right? Adam Kolarek, Tony Gonsolin, Clayton Kershaw, that's 4. Jake McGee, 5. Dylan Floro, 6. Dustin May, 7. Kenley Jensen, 8. I'm putting Urias in there, that's 9. Pedro Baez, 10. Walker Buehler, depending on tomorrow, that's 11. You still have 2 more spots for Blake Treinen, Brusar Graterol, Victor Gonzalez. Who are you leaving out? I'm adding Victor Gonzalez. He's been having a tremendous year. Great story for that kid. He's been damn near lights out. So that leaves 1 spot for either Graterol or Treinen. Do you want someone that can throw 100 miles per hour? A little bit of lacks command, but has the energy and excitement, the energy, like that electricity that Yasiel Puig used to bring? Or Blake Treinen, who's already established himself as a postseason performer. Let's go Treinen. That's your 13 pitchers right there. I just don't see anybody being left out of the roster. Kenley Jensen, man, but that's blasphemy. If you say you got to take Kenley Jensen out and put Graterol in there. Walker Buehler, if he doesn't, then you put Graterol in there. There's no way Dennis Santana and Alex Wood are making that roster. So right there and there, the 13, unless you go 12, and because Jock Peterson's the other thing. He's having family issues. Like, I hope and I pray everything's fine with him. And as much as I don't like how he performs offensively as a baseball player, what he does for the community, what he is as a human being, much love and respect. I do hope everything turns out right for him. I do hope everything is good for him. But other than that, I don't know, man. 13 position players and 13 pitchers, they're still leaving out someone. So unless Jock Peterson's the odd man out, then you give it to Graterol. But I think Graterol might be the one that's left out. And it'll suck if it's Julio Urias because he could be the long reliever. He could be the replacement pitcher if someone goes out, someone's having a bad outing. You need someone to eat up innings. because this first series, this wild card series, is a 3-game best of 5. Best of 5. And it sucks because you got a team that's not even going to be at 500 or at 500 in the playoffs. It's just like the NBA. That's where Rob Manfred's going. He's turning this into the NBA, where now you're going to have 16 total teams, 8 from the National League and 8 from the American League. You don't have to be good to make the playoffs. So what is the point of having 162 games? It's all about money, plain and simple. But in reality, a team that is at 500 or below doesn't deserve a playoff berth, as it was division winners plus a wild card winner from each division was great. Then you add in, okay, well, we have 2 wild card games. 2 wild card winners. 1 playoff game to determine who plays the number 1 seed. That's perfect. Chulada. That was great. It was exciting. But now you add in garbage, teams that don't deserve to be in it. The Astros wouldn't even be in this. And I understand situations where, like, for example, the A's at one point won 97 games and didn't win the division, yet they ended up getting the wild card and lost out to the Tampa Bay Rays last year. So yes, I firmly still believe in just having 2 wild cards rather than 16 total teams. Come on, be better, because now it doesn't. What's the point of 162 games? A team's gonna go balls to the wall for 162. Another team's gonna cruise into the playoffs and luck out. It's not fun, bro. It's not fun at all. So here's my question, Dodgers Nation, Dodger fans. What's been your favorite moment from all of these 8 division titles for the Dodgers? Mine's is this right here. The very first. In 2013, Hanley Ramirez hits a home run against Arizona, who had the lead at that. They were tied in this one. A.J. Ellis goes yard, the least expected one, and then to close it out.
High fly ball into left center, playable. It is Schumacher to make the catch. They have finally done it. It didn't come easy. But in the history of the Dodgers, both Brooklyn and Los Angeles, nothing has ever come easy. And now the high fives, the Dodgers
so
are the
this
National
game
League West
was
champions.
not just exciting, but unexpected. I've never seen the Dodgers celebrate. I gave up on the Dodgers. Look at Adrian Gonzalez. Look at this team. Like, the only players that are still in this current Dodgers team, or there's a limited amount of players that are still in baseball from this 2013 team. But Clayton Kershaw and Kenley Jensen are the only ones that remain that were still in the 2013 first division title. Look at them running to the pool. Look at Ryu. Hustle man. Help him up there, guys. Come on. But yeah, I gave up on the Dodgers after they traded Mike Piazza. I was so pissed and upset. I just did not want anything to do with the Dodgers, and I gave up on them. Then 2013 happened, and I was like, okay, this is cool. 2012, actually. 2012 was when they acquired a couple of players. 2011 was Adrian Gonzalez, Carl Crawford, Josh Beckett, and I thought, damn, this team got loaded and stacked. 2012 was, damn, they fell short. Joe Torre's last year. But it happens, and then all of a sudden, 2013 happens. They come back from the dead. And the reason I love this the most, and I wish he was here with me right now. Not dead. He's not dead. But my homie Peter. I remember we went to Ryu's first game against the Giants in 2013. His very first game. They got slaughtered. They got beat up by the Giants that year. And I remember telling Peter, hey, don't even trip. I bet you the Dodgers are going to end up struggling. And somewhere around the All-Star break, either before or after, they're going to take off. I wish he was around right now to, like, call in and say, hey, I could attest to this statement. But, you know, he's at work, unfortunately. But 2013, again, was the reason why I got back into the Dodgers. I remember waiting in line, waking up early to go to the ticket booth to buy tickets, to be the first one to get tickets. And I was actually the 5th person to get tickets for the postseason that year. I was so excited, man. Took my cousin, my wife, well, it was my girlfriend at the time, and my homie Peter. We went up there. We were just psyched, playing music, bumping music, and we're just excited to be there. It was it's a different atmosphere, man. If you guys have not experienced a playoff game at Dodger Stadium, it's like euphoria. I can't explain how exciting it is to be there. Here's the thing, we're gonna have a bubble, but for some reason Rob Manfred still wants to have fans in the bubble. So why have the bubble? Stupid ass. But postseason games at Dodger Stadium, oh my God, the pre-game ceremonies, the introductions, the fireworks, the hype, everybody yelling, the waving of the flags, the waving of the towels, just cheering. Innings 1 through 9 non-stop, excited. Someone gets a hit, doesn't matter, it's a hit, the whole stadium blows up. It's a different animal. Prices are high for beer, hot dogs, and all that, but when you are there, you just don't care. You're just excited to be there. Man, I miss that. Now we gotta wait till next year. But yeah, guys, in the comment section, what's your favorite Dodger moment? What's been your favorite experience? How, like, I understand Charlie Culberson. He was actually going to be my choice too, because Charlie Culberson hit that walk-off home run to get them to clinch the division, and it was Vince Scully's final game at Dodger Stadium. I almost selected that. Almost. I didn't, because I remember 2013 is when I fell back in love with the Dodgers. And that's when I was like, okay, this is fun. And then after that postseason, the first playoff game, calling off work, being there early, and I mean 2 hours early. I didn't care if it was hot. I just loved being there. It was exciting just being there in the hot ass sun. It was dope. So, what was your guys' favorite moment? Let me know in the comment section or even my channel. But for me, 2013 is just super fun, man. And it sucks that we gotta wait till next year. I'm gonna put these back on. I wonder how many people are out there just talking about the Dodgers choking again. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to start every episode looking ridiculous. I'm still finding more and more videos of people just being stupid. Like that video that I posted right now earlier today with everybody picking the Clippers. I found it just a couple days ago. They're still Colin Cowherd. There's still Skip Bayless, Marcellus Wiley. Like all those stupid asses. So again, they're out there. They're out there. And I wonder how many people are out there talking that trash about the Dodgers. Familia. How y'all feeling about the Dodgers though? How y'all feeling about the Dodgers? Y'all nervous? You got 5 more games to be relaxed, chill, and enjoy. Because after that, your nerves. If you've never experienced the Dodgers postseason and you just became a Dodger fan because of Mookie Betts, or you just started watching the Dodgers and following them, you're young, you're new to this game. If you're really going to invest into the Dodgers, be prepared to be stressed. Be prepared for your blood pressure to go sky high. Be prepared for all that adrenaline. Because it gets wild, man. You stress the fuck out. When you see Kershaw coming out of that pen, have you never seen Kershaw blow a game? You never been stressed? If you've never experienced high blood pressure, you never experienced adrenaline, you never been stressed out in your life, or maybe you have, you're going to experience it to another level. So enjoy these 5 games, because next week, you're going to need to smoke a little bit, drink a little bit, take some edibles. You need to find ways to relax, because you're going to be on edge. You're going to be on edge, bro. Welcome to a fun ride. But other than that, Laker fans, don't stress yet. Wait till tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Then tomorrow we can say, okay, we're good. Or, damn, panic mode. So tomorrow, Laker fans, Dodger fans, enjoy again. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are enjoying and are going to have fun. If you guys are going to have parties, let me know, because right now as it is, I don't know what the hell's going on with the pandemic. I don't know what the hell's going on with vaccines. I don't know what the hell's going on with wearing masks and all that shit. I don't know. I just know that people are out there partying it up and all that stuff. I'm definitely going to start a parade if no one else does. So a parade's going to happen regardless. Dodger fans, Laker fans, all that stuff. Regardless of what, we're having a parade. But if you guys are hosting a party or something, let me know. Drop the party invitation in the DMs. Shoot it through. Let me know where you at. Postseason next week. Dodgers, Lakers. Let's see if we get 2020 a full LA championship year. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you guys on Friday, hopefully with a huge grin, a huge smile. Lakers up 3-1 and ready to take up the series and win it all. So with that, I'll see you guys next week. Friday. Make sure you guys follow your boy. Comment what is your favorite moment from the Dodgers clinching these 8 consecutive Western Division titles. What was your favorite moment from all of these? Comment in the section. Let me know. And I'll see you guys Friday. Peace.